Philippe, first and foremost, is Conor Golton fit to start tomorrow?
He trained.
Is he fit to play?
He trained, so we will assess this afternoon and tomorrow what to do with that. But he did do the training today.
Does that give you encouragement then? The fact he was able to come through the session, it gives you encouragement. You might be able to call him.
No, we will see tomorrow, and it's with all the squad like that. There were a couple of others also. It's normal. This period, if you see, we're also the team who played most games these last couple of weeks. So I did some things in training, not too much, and I will make my decisions tomorrow. After watching back the training and after speaking with the doc and the medical staff.
How is the rest of the squad, the likes of Juan Barisic, John Lundstrom? Who else will you have and not have for this?
That I cannot answer really today because some trained, but it's not sure yet if they will have a reaction or not. So that's why I don't want to say it too fast, because otherwise people think that I play games. I don't like to play games. And to say that somebody's in, and then this afternoon he feels a little bit reaction from the training, and we're not going to do stupid risk to lose players for the rest of the season. So it's better to make the assessment tomorrow, and then it's clear.
How would you describe the position you've got yourselves into ahead of this trip to Celtic Park?
That we're in a marathon, that the players are progressing, their stride is getting better and better, their tempo is getting better and better, and we need to continue that way. And that's our next step in this marathon of 38 games in the league.
You've used the marathon analogy quite a few times since you came in.
Yeah, that's a story also, because it's a clear story also for everybody to understand. That's why.
But would you concede that if you got a good result in this fixture, it would give you a second wind in the marathon, a boost in that race?
I don't know, to be honest. That's my experience in those things. I know it's about 3 points, and it's of course a boost at that moment, but then 3 days later you need to confirm the boost. And I've seen in the past well enough in my team or in other teams that people get an incredible boost and an incredible performance, and 3 days later they don't perform anymore because they were thinking about their boost. So then you lose. It's about 3 points, and on Tuesday again about 3 points. So no, game by game. And that's the story we need to do. I know that's the way to win things long term, and not to be living from moment to moment or boost or to be down the moment that you lose somewhere points. What will happen along the way? But we go every game for the 3 points, and with all our energy, with all our enthusiasm, and with our qualities.
Was it a bit of a negative that the game was called off against Ross County?
Yeah, to be honest,
yeah.
I read some other things. I've seen also funny pictures that I have a snow cannon and things like that. I don't have, but it's getting funny in moments. No, we were all disappointed. We're all in the bus on our way to the hotel. Everybody was really focused, and we wanted to play because, although I think that the trainings are quite good and quite fun also, but the players always love to play games. So everybody was disappointed that we could not play.
Does it give anyone a slight rest? Can you see it in a positive in any way that maybe?
I don't think in positive and negatives. In things that we cannot control. So it was a decision made. I understand why. I've seen also the images about the roads. And then you need to directly think for the next day what to do, and that same day what to do, and to focus on the next goal. And that's what we did. So it was not positive, negative. It's something that happened along the way in our marathon.
Yeah. How are you feeling going into your first Old Firm match as well as manager? Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm curious, to be honest, because everybody's been talking about that already a long time. A lot of people are saying it's a game that's nowhere else in the world. It's that atmosphere. So I'm curious about that.
Philippe, you spoke before about the importance of Rangers fans. Of course, there won't be any fans there.
No, in our hearts they will be there.
How do you feel about that?
It's a pity for football. I think it's always better to have two sides. It creates also a certain atmosphere. I think it's a pity for football, but it's decisions made above my head, also with knowing much more things that I know. So again, I try to control the controllable, the things that I can do, the things we need to do as a team, with my staff, with the players. And the rest is not important. We're not focused on that. We are focused on our football and the game that comes.
Would you expect it to make it extra difficult for the team, given there's no fans there?
I hope not. It depends on us. At the end, it's always decided on the pitch between those four white lines and 11 against 11. I hope. No, there is decided, and people can yell and shout whatever they want. But at the end, as long as they're not running on the pitch, it's okay for me.
How pleased are you to have the Fabio Silva deal signed and sealed already?
Yes, I'm happy about that because he didn't play too many minutes this season. So we need time to get him into a good shape. Although his tests were quite good for the minutes he played. So you see it's somebody who's been working on himself, on his physical abilities. So that's already positive. That's also what we got out of the talks we had with him last couple of weeks about his ambitions, about our ambitions also. And I think it's a really clear sign also from the club, from everything, that players with that reputation and quality want to come to Rangers. So he's very motivated, and it's going to be interesting to integrate him into the team. And in that way, it's important that he comes early, that we can give him a program during his winter break, that he has to do some stuff there, that he knows, and afterwards he will go with us to training camp. It's 7 days, 24 hours a day living together, so it will be really good for his adaptation towards the rest.
Do you expect to make further signings in that area of the pitch, and do you expect to sign another striker during the window?
Good question. I said from the beginning I'm not going to speak about those things. So there's a really clear plan with the board, with everybody in the club, what we want. And I hope that we can succeed in that in January, to do everything that we have in mind. We will see. Like I always hope also that we win every game. So you work hard. I know, and that's why I'm also relaxed. I know everybody in the club is working really hard to get the best things possible, that everybody's super motivated to do that there's a really good dynamic vibe in this building with a lot of young, ambitious people who want to make this club better and better. So that's what we're going to do the next 5 weeks, to get the best things possible for the club. But I know also it's January, so it's a special period.
Where do you see Fabio's best position being? Where do you expect to see him fit into the team?
He will stay in the team. So that's the good thing with him. Is a versatile player. He can play different positions, and maybe we can use him also in different positions. But with the situation of Dani out for a couple of months and Kemar, who will also be out next couple of weeks for sure. We don't have many numbers in the striking position, so that will be the main position first.
You must be pleased for Sima as well getting called up for the African Cup of Nations.
That's not a nice question. That's not a nice question. Yeah, that's a mean one, to be honest. No, I'm not happy that he's selected. No, but I understand. I've been international myself, and for me it was a great honor to play for my country. I was always really proud, every time it happened. So I understand that it's really important for the players. There's also, as a club, as a manager, nothing to do to go against it. It's strange to have a tournament during a season where we lose players. We're not the only team in the world, in that way also. Not so. It's things you need to accept and to be happy for him that he gets the respect out of his country and from everybody, and he deserves also. And we had good talks with the federation, so we made an agreement that he has to leave the 3rd of January. So he's still available for the 2nd of January for the game. So that was also important. So the respect is from both sides.